Yeah, they're about relative to the 22s in terms of their width. So they're a little wider of an offering from Adidas, but I don't know if they've earned that $45 price point. All right, what's up, homies? We got another Adidas. This is the Znsory Slide. Sensory, but with a Z. Another Z fetish slide from Adidas. So, I don't really have much of a story. I came across the double strapped version of this and I started searching for it. I think it was on Kohl's. That was another Kohl's find. But when I started searching for it, it wasn't cheap. It was like a $50 slide. I came across the single strap version and that looked a little better. I'm not a huge fan of the double strap slides. So I ended up getting the single strap version first on the DSW website, and I believe it was $44.99. So it still was a little high. That's more than I paid for the Infinity slides, which are fantastic. So, like, price-wise, these have a little work to do to earn their value at that price point. So I got them in an 11. I don't remember why. I probably read somewhere that they ran big. Maybe a comment. So they basically, well, I don't want to sit and say what they looked like. I'll just show you. Those hangers are always falling out. Let me clumsily unwrap them. All right, so these are another double-edged design, another cloudfoam. It pretty much looks like the Alphabounce without the adjustable strap. And we will grab those and compare them in one moment. But let's read the corporate sales pitch first. And I'll show you some fancy photos that I took at a later moment. And then we'll take a look at them. All right, I already got it pulled up. Did I hit record? I did. Is my mic on? It is. All right, we are good to go. Sometimes I forget to do those things. All right, Adidas Znsory Slide Sandal Men's, $44.99, color blue, size 11, medium. All right, on the DSW website, product description. Whether chilling poolside or enjoying some time at home, add to your casual wardrobe with the Adidas Znsory Slide. The cushy design ensures a supportive fit to keep you comfortable. Features synthetic upper, slip-on, round open toe, synthetic lining, cushioned footbed, synthetic sole, imported. They all are. I've yet to see an Adidas slide made in America. And they've got a few colorways, mostly like earth tones, blacks. This was the only one that I came across that had like the stripes on it, so I figured I would grab the stripe one, because why not? So we've got a couple we can compare this to. They've got big chunky stripes on them. So the first one that comes to mind because of the double-edged design, well, hold on, let's backtrack. Let's just look at them first and then we'll compare them. All right, so this has a weird crease on it, like it was folded. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, right there, you see that? It's kind of on the other side, but not as prominent, like somebody just took it and like folded it. So that's a little concerning. You know what? Yeah, we might send these back. This is kind of, I don't know. I'm concerned. All right, let's just do the review and then I'll decide if I want to keep these or not. Just for the price point, like, I don't want a big crease on the sole of them, you know? For 50 bucks, it's like, give me a slide that's not damaged, please. All right, let's look at them before I get bitter. Okay, so we got the double-edged design. Yours might come with a massive fold in the insole. The strap is pretty thin. It's got quite an opening there for the foot, so I have a feeling these are going to be loosey-goosey. There's a mild texture on the sole there. It's kind of a horizontal lines. It's very, very subtle. You can probably see it right there as the light hits it. So there's a gap between the insole and the outsole, which is not impressive. All of these double-edged designs are usually pretty tight fit around the side. I'm usually not able to peel them away, so that's a little concerning. Nice thick stripes on it. There's let's look at the ergos. It looks like we've got another kind of center focused arch support. You can see that hump in the middle just past the sizing tag, right where that shadow kind of hits. We've got a little bit of an arch rise right here, more center focused. A lot like those flows that we just looked at not long ago. Got the 3 stripes on the heel. Let's look at the bottom. We got a very basic tread pattern on the outsole, another 3 stripes. There's these unique little notches every so often. There's our injection point. And I think that's everything to look at. We've got a serial number right there. But other than that, it's pretty basic design. Kind of your stereotypical Adidas slide design. At a higher price point. All right, so now that we've looked at them in hand, let's look at them next to a couple other designs from Adidas that are relative. Okay, this one does have a little space. All right, so the closest thing that comes to mind initially is the Alphabounce. I believe these are also cloudfoam, but it's got a similar double-edged design. It looks like the Znsory is a little wider, but we lose our adjustable strap. All right, it feels a little firmer than the Alphabounce. Pretty relative though. And I guess this does have a separation too, so I shouldn't be crying about that just yet because it's on the Alphabounce. I don't really wear these though. All right, so that's relative. Those have a better outsole to them. Those are very, very basic outsole. And then let's compare them to the flows that we just looked at, which I put back in their box. Un momento. So these were cheap. I think I paid $25 for these, and they're pretty much identical except for the double-edged design on the Znsorys. The Znsory does feel a little more squishy, and it looks like they might have a little more of a midsole. It's very relative, but might have a little more squish with the Znsorys, a little more midsole. The flows feel a little firmer under thumb, but everything else is pretty identical. Like the ergos, I think, are going to be identical. Look at how much higher that strap is, though, on the, I don't know if that's coming through with the angle I got going on here, but that strap is really high on the Znsorys. So if these are too floppy, I'm going to send them back, because, like, for the better part of $50, you know, like, if it's something I'm not going to wear, I'll send it back. We'll just do the video and I'll get my money back and we'll put it towards something else. These I didn't mind keeping because they're only $25. So I think, like, that's how much these should have been, is like maybe 25, 30 bucks, not 45, but we'll find out if they're any good. We'll throw them on foot Next, so I think that's everything. The stripes are a little crudely painted. I don't know if you see that edge right there, but it's not the cleanest. Like, these are okay. These are a little cleaner, but that one right there is a little rough. So if you've watched any of my other videos, I can be a little neurotic with the details, a little neurotic with the deets. And especially when it gets into the higher price point of slides, one would expect quality control, better quality control and stuff like that. That's just little minor components that it's like, all right, if I'm spending this much money, it's like, give me a clean line, or give me some clean holes, give me some clean cuts. Like, earn your money. All right, let's go. Let's move on foot next. All right, so I'm still wearing these fat tires. I like these. These are nice. These are nice. So, all right, we'll see how these fit. Give them the initial slide in. Like I mentioned, I went with 11s. So, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. It just kind of feels like the Alphabounce underfoot. There's a little compression, but it's still pretty firm. Like, that's kind of how the Alphabounce is. They've got a little compression, but there's a little more of a firmness about them. So, and that top strap is pretty atrocious. Pretty atrocious. They should have went with an adjustable strap with these. So if you've got some girthy feet and you're looking for a fixed strap design from Adidas, this is probably a good option for you. The footbed is a little wider than some of the other slides. Adidas can be a little narrow sometimes. I don't know if they're as wide. Well, I know they're not as wide as these. But they might be as wide as the 22s, the deuce. Yeah, they're about relative to the 22s in terms of their width. So they're a little wider of an offering from Adidas, but I don't know if they've earned that $45 price point. So I can only imagine the double strap one, though I think those double straps might have been adjustable. I'm not entirely positive, but regardless, I don't think this design warrants a $45 price point, even if the straps are adjustable. Like, I think I paid $30 for those Alphabounce, and I would say that those are a little better than these, just being able to tighten that strap down. So the ergos feel good. I feel that kind of center arch swell. It's rather minimal. It's very similar to the ergonomics of the Flow footbed. We kind of noticed that in hand. It's pretty much identical to the ergos of those. Yeah, it's a little smaller. So I'm thinking it's probably that same like bounce foam, because it has a little more responsiveness to it. I don't think it's cloudfoam. I'm not positive though, because usually they market it. If something's cloudfoam, it'll say cloudfoam. Oh, it does say cloudfoam. My bad. So cloudfoam. They are cloudfoam, which is very mid. I've got to get a pair of cloudfoams where I'm like, oh, yay. I love cloudfoam. You know, it's just kind of a mid. It's a mid-tier foam. So let's walk. I don't think we need to make this video too long. So these aren't terrible. I just don't think they're worth the $45 price point. Maybe if they had a little better fitting strap. But I'm not, because like that's about how much I paid for these, and these are a lot better. Those fat tires, they just feel better underfoot. these, for some reason, all right, as I'm walking in them, they keep wanting to kind of twist on my foot. It might just be how loose they are, but like my heel keeps kind of shifting on this one in the back from side to side as I'm walking. It's probably just because of the strap being loose, but like I keep getting kind of an outer edge on that left one as I'm, probably because of the way I'm turning. But they just, they're not fitting very sporty for me. They're very casual fit. So I'm kind of having to hold on to them with my toes a little bit. Let's just go ahead and take off the one sock, get that over with. And yeah, no, these are even looser without the sock on. It's kind of grabbing it a little better just from the tackiness of the bare skin, but I'm kind of sliding further up on it now, not having the sock on. So they're just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because where like the toe groove is, it's like making my foot want to come a little forward. And see, now I'm way off on the side. I'm getting that on both of them. Just kind of twisting and turning on them. They're not staying very solid. So I think my feet are too, they're not girthy enough to like really kind of fill this strap. So they're just shifting on me as I'm walking and turning. Let's drop down, get the bottom angle. So they don't feel terrible. I just don't think they garner the price point. I think I would be a lot more positive about them if they were like $30. But the fact that they're $45, I mean, like I said, that's more than I paid for those infinity slides. And those infinity slides are pretty boss. These are not. These aren't terrible, but I believe they are overpriced for what you are getting, just because it's a double-edged design with the cloudfoam. I don't know. I mean, they're a notch up above the flows, which I mean, the flows retail for $30. So I don't know. I mean, maybe $40 for these, but I just don't think they're worth it. I'm just not real impressed by like the fit, you know? So I did go down in size. I went down to the 11s, and I think that's probably the right way to go, unless you've got like an extremely wide girthy foot, but otherwise I think the width and the looseness of the strap will accommodate your foot. But they're very casual fitting. So they just, yeah, it's basically like the Flows with some cloud foam in it. I think the Flows are cloud foam, but it just feels a little more squishy than the Flows. Hang on, I can look. I still have that one out. Yeah, the Flows are cloud foam. So they just, it must just be that double-edged design then that's allowing for a little more compression underfoot. But that's really the only difference that I'm noticing between these and the Flows is they're just a little more compression underfoot and the double-edged design. But other than that, these are pretty much the Flows for like another $15. So kind of mid, not impressed. I guess they're not terrible though. I just don't, they're not doing anything different that other slides I already own aren't doing, if that makes sense. So this experience I can achieve with 3 other different slides. So there's nothing that's like selling me on these in order to keep them versus any of the others that I have. You know, I can get this same experience basically with the Flows or with the Alphabounce. Maybe even the 22s, though the 22s are a little harder. They're pretty much a similar experience. So, I don't know. Not a lot of redeeming qualities for these, I guess. Not a whole lot of negatives, but I'm struggling to find something. Yeah, And I don't get that either with other slides. And maybe because this one's a little wider and the looseness of the strap, but this shifting at the rear with my heel kind of going off to the side, like I don't get that with the other Adidas slides. So maybe just if your foot's a little wider, that might be the only redeeming quality with these. They feel good underfoot though, like the bare foot, that very subtle texture feels pretty good on my skin, like underfoot. Like it doesn't feel like a bad texture. They don't hurt. Like what were those ones? The 25s, the Adidas 25s. Like these aren't like those. These have like a softer footbed to them. Those 25s are brutal. So not terrible, but not they haven't earned their price point to me. So maybe if you can get them cheap, or like I said, if you got really wide feet and you want something that's like a notch up above the flows. But if you're gonna do that, I would just say get the Infinities at that point. Those are much better. These do retain the classic Adidas slide look. So I guess if you're wanting that, then these might work for you. But I'm not impressed, and I'm gonna send these back. So we'll get my $50 back on these and put them towards the next one. So that's that for the Znsory slides, the Z fetish from Adidas. So all right, I think that's all I need to say about these. Not amazing, but not terrible. My hair. I just took a nap a little while ago. Sleepy Saturday. So yeah, it's kind of mid. Maybe a good sale slide if you can find them on sale for like 25, 30 bucks. Sure. But if I was looking at these, I would rather get the Alphabounce that has an adjustable strap to it, because that's pretty much the same thing. The Alphabounce is a little narrower though of a footbed, so if you have a wide foot, girthy foot, these would probably work for you if the Alphabounce is too narrow. So that's the only other like selling point that I can think of regarding these. So yeah, all right, enough rambling. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe. I'm almost at 350 subs. That's pretty awesome. Appreciate you guys. Thanks. Cheers. All right, I went and returned those already. Those I don't even remember what they were called. The Z something or other. The Znsory Slides. That's what they were called. See, it was that unmemorable that I couldn't even remember what they were named within like 20 minutes of having them on my feet. So, okay, bye. Whatever. I had a DSW locally, and it was free returns if I just dropped it off. So I ran it up on the bike and dropped it off, and got like 31 back, and because they kept the shipping initially, so I apparently only paid like $31. I think they were on sale, and then they had charged me like $8 shipping, which is why I paid like 41 or something altogether. So I'll put the price breakdown at some point in the video, but still I don't even think they were worth the discount of 31, like subtracting the shipping costs and everything. Like, I don't know, I wasn't impressed by those. Like I mentioned, they weren't doing anything different than the other Adidas slides that I already own are already doing, so I couldn't justify keeping them, so I got the $31 back. But so that is complete for the Z. What were those called? I don't know. Whatever. So cheers. See ya. Thanks. Please like and subscribe. Okay, bye.